Ever wondered why certain people drain your energy and disturb your peace of mind? Well, in our upcoming video on 8 types of people Stoicism warns us about, avoid them. We'll reveal these personalities and explain why they might be affecting your tranquility. You'll learn how to identify the gossipmonger, the complainer, the pessimist, and many more. Not only that, but we'll also guide you on how to navigate these interactions while maintaining your stoic calm. By watching this video, you'll equip yourself with the knowledge to maintain tranquility in the face of disruptive personalities. So, make sure to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned till the end. Remember, the aim is not to judge, but to better understand and manage our interactions. Stay stoic, stay strong, and let's embark on this enlightening journey together. Here's a detailed explanation of lesson number 1 from the list of 8 anti-stoic habits to remove from your life now. Lesson 1. Overreacting to external events. In our daily lives, we often encounter situations that don't go as planned. It could be as simple as getting caught in traffic or as significant as receiving criticism from a colleague. How we react to these external events greatly impacts our overall well-being and inner peace. Stoicism teaches us that the only thing we have control over is our own thoughts and actions. We cannot control the weather, the actions of others, or even unexpected obstacles that come our way. However, what we can control is our response to these events. This is where the power of Stoicism lies. When we overreact to external events, we allow them to dictate our emotions and mental state. For example, imagine you are eagerly waiting for a job offer, and when it finally arrives, it's a rejection. Your immediate reaction might be frustration, disappointment, or even anger. These emotions can consume you and cloud your judgment, leading to further negativity. Stoicism encourages us to pause and reflect on our reactions. It suggests that we detach ourselves from the outcome and focus on our own inner virtues instead. Instead of getting angry and blaming external circumstances, we can choose to accept the situation and adapt our mindset. Let's revisit the job rejection scenario. Instead of overreacting and dwelling on the disappointment, a Stoic approach would involve acknowledging the disappointment but shifting the focus to what we can control. We can choose to view the rejection as an opportunity to improve ourselves, to learn from the experience, and to keep pushing forward. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This profound statement emphasizes the importance of our reactions. It reminds us that we have the power to control our thoughts, emotions, and ultimately, our happiness. Practicing this Stoic principle of not overreacting to external events requires discipline and self-awareness. It involves training ourselves to pause and assess our initial emotional response. By taking a step back and reflecting on our thoughts, we can choose a more constructive and virtuous reaction. By implementing this Stoic lesson in our lives, we can experience a profound shift in our mindset and overall well-being. Instead of being at the mercy of external circumstances, we become masters of our own emotional state. We cultivate resilience, adaptability, and a deeper understanding of what truly matters. Imagine the freedom that comes from not being easily swayed by every setback or unexpected turn of events. By adopting a Stoic perspective, we can navigate the ups and downs of life with grace and composure. We become more in tune with our own virtues, such as patience, resilience, and acceptance. In conclusion, Lesson 1 from the list of 8 anti-Stoic habits to remove from your life now reminds us to avoid overreacting to external events. By practicing this Stoic principle, we can take control of our reactions and maintain our inner peace. Let's embrace this lesson and strive to become the calm amidst the storms of life. Stay stoic, my friends. Note, this response is approximately 450 words, but it can be expanded if needed. Lesson number 2 from the list focuses on the habit of constant complaining. Complaining is a common practice that many of us engage in, whether it's about the weather, traffic, or the actions of others. However, Stoicism warns us about the negative impact of constant complaining on our mental well-being and our ability to live a virtuous life. Complaining can become a habit that consumes our thoughts and energy. It creates a negative mindset that perpetuates dissatisfaction and unhappiness. Stoicism teaches us that we have the power to control our thoughts and reactions, and complaining goes against this principle. Instead of complaining about external events, Stoicism encourages us to focus on our internal response to those events. When we complain, we are essentially resisting the reality of the situation. Stoicism teaches us to accept the things we cannot change and focus on what we can control. Complaining about the weather, for example, won't change it. It only adds unnecessary frustration to our lives. Instead, Stoicism suggests that we embrace the weather as it is and adjust our mindset accordingly. Moreover, constant complaining can also negatively impact our relationships. When we're constantly voicing our complaints, we may unknowingly push people away or create a negative atmosphere around us. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of treating others with kindness and respect. Instead of complaining, we can choose to engage in meaningful conversations that uplift and inspire both ourselves and those around us. By refraining from constant complaining, we free ourselves from the grip of negativity. We allow space for gratitude and contentment to flourish. Stoicism encourages us to focus on the things we have control over, such as our thoughts, actions, and attitudes. Shifting our focus from complaints to gratitude helps us recognize the abundance in our lives and fosters a sense of fulfillment. It's important to note that Stoicism doesn't suggest suppressing valid concerns or ignoring injustices in the world. Instead, it encourages us to approach these situations with a calm and rational mindset, seeking solutions rather than dwelling solely on the problems. So, how can we overcome the habit of constant complaining? It starts with self-awareness. By recognizing when we are slipping into the pattern of complaint, we can consciously redirect our thoughts and choose a more constructive approach. We can practice gratitude by acknowledging the positive aspects of a situation, even amidst challenges. Furthermore, Stoicism encourages us to cultivate an inner dialogue that focuses on virtues such as patience, resilience, and acceptance. When faced with a situation that would typically lead us to complain, we can reframe it as an opportunity for growth and learning. For instance, instead of complaining about a long commute, we can view it as a chance to listen to educational podcasts or practice mindfulness. In conclusion, Stoicism warns us about the habit of constant complaining and highlights its detrimental effects on our well-being and relationships. By practicing self-awareness, gratitude, and a shift in mindset, we can break free from this habit and embrace a more stoic approach to life. Let us remember that our energy is better spent focusing on what we can control and cultivating virtues that lead to a more fulfilling and resilient existence. Stay stoic, my friends. Here's a detailed explanation of lesson number 3 from the list of 8 anti-stoic habits to remove from your life now. Lesson 3, relying on external validation. One of the key teachings of Stoicism is the importance of finding happiness and fulfillment within ourselves, rather than seeking it from external sources. Lesson number 3 warns us about the habit of relying on external validation. This refers to the constant need for approval and validation from others in order to feel good about ourselves. In today's society, it's easy to fall into the trap of seeking validation through likes on social media, compliments from others, or achievements that are recognized by society. We often tie our self-worth to these external factors, making them the foundation of our happiness. However, Stoicism challenges this mindset by reminding us that true happiness and fulfillment come from within, not from the opinions or approval of others. When we seek validation externally, we give others the power to determine our self-worth. We become dependent on their opinions and judgments, which can be unpredictable and ever-changing. This creates a constant cycle of seeking approval, leading to anxiety, self-doubt, and a lack of genuine self-confidence. Stoicism encourages us to detach ourselves from this need for validation and focus on developing our own inner virtues and values. The Stoics believe that true happiness lies in living a life of virtue, wisdom, justice, and self-discipline. By cultivating these qualities within ourselves, we become less reliant on external validation and more self-assured in our own worth. So, how can we break free from the habit of relying on external validation? It starts with shifting our mindset and priorities. Instead of seeking approval from others, we should focus on living in accordance with our own values and principles. By aligning our actions with what we believe to be right and virtuous, we can find a sense of fulfillment that is independent of others' opinions. Stoicism also teaches us the importance of self-acceptance and self-love. By accepting ourselves as we are, flaws and all, we can develop a deep sense of self-worth that isn't contingent on external validation. This doesn't mean that we dismiss feedback or refuse to learn from others, but rather that we don't let it define our self-esteem. By removing the reliance on external validation, we free ourselves from the constant need for approval and the anxiety that comes with it. We become more self-reliant, confident, and resilient in the face of criticism or disapproval. Stoicism teaches us to find contentment in our own actions and intentions, rather than seeking validation from others. In conclusion, lesson number 3 from the list of 8 anti-stoic habits to remove from your life now warns us about the harmful habit of relying on external validation. By shifting our focus inward, cultivating virtues, and accepting ourselves as we are, we can find true happiness and fulfillment. So, let us embrace this stoic lesson and strive to live a life guided by our own inner compass, rather than the opinions of others. Stay stoic, my friends. Lesson number 4 from our list of anti-Stoic habits to remove from your life is the habit of fearing failure. This is a common mindset that can hinder our growth and prevent us from reaching our full potential. Stoicism offers valuable insights on how to approach failure and utilize it as a stepping stone towards personal development and resilience. In our modern society, failure is often seen as something to be avoided at all costs. We are conditioned to strive for perfection and success, and any deviation from that path is viewed as a personal defeat. However, Stoicism challenges this perspective and teaches us to embrace failure as a natural part of life. The Stoic philosophers recognize that failure is an essential component of our journey towards wisdom and virtue. Epictetus, one of the prominent Stoic philosophers, advised us to make the best use of what is in our power and take the rest as it happens. This means that we should focus on the aspects within our control, such as our thoughts, actions, and attitudes, and accept the outcomes that are beyond our control. By shifting our mindset towards failure, we can transform it into a valuable learning opportunity. Stoicism encourages us to view failures as feedback rather than personal shortcomings. Instead of dwelling on our mistakes, we can analyze them objectively, identify areas for improvement, and make the necessary adjustments for future endeavors. Moreover, Stoicism teaches us to detach our self-worth from external achievements. Our value as individuals does not solely rely on our successes or failures. Rather, it is derived from our commitment to living a virtuous life and aligning our actions with our core values. By embracing this perspective, we free ourselves from the fear of failure and can approach challenges with courage and resilience. The Stoics also remind us that failure is temporary and transient. Just as success is not guaranteed to last forever, failure does not define us permanently. Seneca, another influential Stoic philosopher, emphasized the importance of perseverance and resilience in the face of setbacks. He believed that setbacks provide opportunities for us to demonstrate our strength and character. Moreover, Stoicism teaches us to reframe failure as an opportunity for personal growth and self-improvement. It encourages us to reflect on our failures and extract valuable lessons from them. By analyzing our mistakes and understanding the root causes of our failures, we can make better choices and avoid repeating the same errors in the future. In a society that often stigmatizes failure, embracing the Stoic mindset can be transformative. It allows us to let go of the fear of failure and embrace the inherent uncertainty of life. By adopting a growth mindset and accepting failures as part of our journey, we open ourselves up to new possibilities and experiences. In conclusion, fearing failure is an anti-Stoic habit that can hold us back from reaching our true potential. Stoicism teaches us to view failure as a natural part of life and an opportunity for growth. By shifting our mindset and embracing failures as learning experiences, we can develop resilience, perseverance, and a greater sense of self-worth. So, hit that subscribe button to stay connected and embark on a Stoic journey towards a more fulfilling and meaningful life. Lesson number 5 from the list is living in the past or future. Stoicism warns us against dwelling on past mistakes or worrying excessively about future events. Instead, it encourages us to embrace the present moment and focus on what is within our control. In this lesson, we'll explore why living in the past or future is detrimental to our well-being and how adopting a Stoic mindset can bring us greater peace and fulfillment. Many of us tend to get caught up in regrets and resentments from the past. We replay past mistakes or missed opportunities in our minds, allowing them to consume our thoughts and emotions. However, Stoicism teaches us that dwelling on the past is unproductive. What has happened in the past cannot be changed, and constantly reliving it only robs us of our present happiness. Similarly, worrying excessively about the future can cause unnecessary anxiety and stress. We often project ourselves into a future that hasn't happened yet, creating scenarios in our minds that may never come to pass. Stoicism reminds us that the future is uncertain and that we should focus on the present moment, where we have the power to make a difference. One of the key Stoic teachings related to this lesson is the concept of amor fati, which means love of fate. It encourages us to accept and embrace whatever happens in our lives, whether it's favorable or unfavorable. By practicing amor fati, we learn to view every moment as an opportunity for growth and development, regardless of its outcome. By living in the present moment, we can fully engage with our experiences and appreciate the beauty and richness of life. Stoicism teaches us to cultivate mindfulness and awareness, allowing us to savor the small joys and find gratitude in everyday moments. When we are fully present, we can make better decisions, build stronger relationships, and find greater contentment. Moreover, Stoicism reminds us that our happiness should not depend on external circumstances or future outcomes. Rather than pinning our well-being on achieving certain goals or acquiring specific possessions, Stoicism encourages us to cultivate inner virtues and focus on our character. True happiness, according to Stoicism, lies in living a virtuous life and aligning our actions with our values. Practicing this lesson also helps us develop resilience in the face of adversity. Stoicism teaches us to view challenges as opportunities for growth and to embrace the obstacles that come our way. By accepting the present moment and focusing on what we can control, we can better navigate difficult situations and maintain our inner peace. In conclusion, lesson number 5 from the list reminds us of the importance of living in the present moment and avoiding the traps of dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. By adopting a Stoic mindset, we can cultivate mindfulness, embrace the present, and find greater contentment in our lives. Let us remember the wisdom of Epictetus, who said, "Don't seek for everything to happen as you wish it would, but rather wish that everything happens as it actually will. Then your life will be serene." So, let us practice living in the present, embracing amor fati, and finding peace and fulfillment in our Stoic journey. Let's dive into lesson number 6 from the list, the Materialist. Stoicism warns us about the dangers of becoming a materialist, someone who believes that possessions and external wealth are the key to happiness. This lesson is a reminder that true fulfillment and contentment do not come from accumulating material goods, but from cultivating our inner virtues and focusing on things that are within our control. In today's consumer-driven society, it's easy to fall into the trap of materialism. We are constantly bombarded with advertisements and societal pressures to acquire more and more possessions. The idea that material wealth equates to happiness has been deeply ingrained in our culture. However, Stoicism challenges this notion by emphasizing the importance of developing our character and virtues instead. According to Stoic philosophy, true happiness lies in practicing virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. These virtues are not dependent on external circumstances but are qualities that we can cultivate within ourselves. Stoics believe that external possessions are transient and can be taken away from us at any moment, whereas our virtues are lasting and define our character. By focusing on material possessions, we become attached to things that are outside of our control. We tie our happiness to fleeting and impermanent objects, which can lead to discontentment, anxiety, and a constant desire for more. This pursuit of material wealth can become an endless cycle, as we are never satisfied with what we have and always crave the next best thing. Stoicism teaches us to detach ourselves from the pursuit of material possessions. Instead, we are encouraged to seek contentment and fulfillment through cultivating our inner virtues. By shifting our focus from external wealth to internal growth, we free ourselves from the unending pursuit of material goods and find true and lasting happiness. Practicing Stoicism as an antidote to materialism involves developing a mindset of gratitude and contentment. Rather than constantly seeking more, we learn to appreciate and make the most of what we already have. We realize that material possessions do not define our worth or happiness. Stoicism teaches us to value the intangible over the tangible, the internal over the external. By embracing this philosophy, we can find joy in simple pleasures, meaningful relationships, and personal growth. We learn to live with less, to let go of attachments, and to focus on what truly matters in life. In a society driven by consumerism, embracing the Stoic lesson of avoiding materialism can have a profound impact on our lives. We free ourselves from the burden of constantly chasing after possessions and find contentment in the present moment. We become less influenced by societal pressures and more aligned with our own values and principles. By watching this video and diving deeper into the lessons of Stoicism, you will gain a greater understanding of the dangers of materialism and how it can hinder your pursuit of true happiness. You will learn practical strategies to detach yourself from the need for external validation and find fulfillment through cultivating your inner virtues. So, I encourage you to hit that subscribe button, embark on this Stoic journey, and discover the transformative power of embracing lesson number 6, avoiding materialism. Stay Stoic, my friends, and let the wisdom of Stoicism guide you towards a more meaningful and fulfilling life. Lesson number 7 from our list of 8 types of people Stoicism warns us about. Avoid them, focuses on the manipulator. Manipulators are individuals who use others for their own gain, often without considering the well-being or autonomy of those they manipulate. Stoicism warns against associating with such people and encourages us to prioritize treating others with respect and fairness. In Stoic philosophy, the concept of treating others with respect is deeply rooted in the idea of recognizing the inherent worth and dignity of every human being. Stoics believe that all individuals have the capacity for reason and virtue, and therefore, they should be treated as ends in themselves rather than mere means to an end. This perspective aligns with the principle of justice, which emphasizes fairness, honesty, and mutual respect in our interactions with others. When we encounter manipulators, it's essential to be aware of their tactics and intentions. Manipulators often employ deception, emotional manipulation, or coercion to achieve their goals. They may exploit our vulnerabilities, play on our emotions, or twist information to suit their needs. Stoicism cautions us against falling prey to their manipulative tactics and encourages us to maintain our integrity and autonomy. One of the key teachings of Stoicism is the importance of maintaining our own inner virtue and tranquility, regardless of external circumstances. When we allow ourselves to be manipulated, we give up our agency and become mere pawns in someone else's game. This compromises our peace of mind and hinders our ability to live in accordance with Stoic principles. To counter manipulation, Stoicism offers guidance on developing self-awareness, critical thinking, and emotional resilience. By cultivating these qualities, we become less susceptible to manipulation and better equipped to navigate challenging interpersonal dynamics. Stoics advocate for a strong sense of self, grounded in reason and virtue, that cannot be easily swayed or controlled by others. Furthermore, Stoicism encourages us to maintain clear boundaries and assert our autonomy when dealing with manipulators. By setting boundaries, we establish limits on what we are willing to tolerate and make it clear that we will not be used or manipulated. This requires courage and assertiveness, but it is essential for maintaining our dignity and self-respect. By avoiding manipulators and cultivating healthy relationships based on trust, respect, and fairness, we create an environment that aligns with Stoic principles. Surrounding ourselves with individuals who value integrity and virtue allows us to grow and flourish in a supportive and uplifting community. In conclusion, lesson number 7 from our list of 8 types of people Stoicism warns us about: avoid them, reminds us to be cautious of manipulators in our lives. Stoicism teaches us the importance of treating others with respect, fairness, and honesty, while also emphasizing the need to protect our own autonomy and well-being. By recognizing manipulative tactics, setting boundaries, and cultivating self-awareness, we can navigate interpersonal dynamics with integrity and tranquility. Remember, staying true to Stoic principles in our interactions with others is key to leading a virtuous and fulfilling life. Lesson number 8 from the list is about avoiding procrastinators. Procrastination is a common habit that can hinder our progress and prevent us from achieving our goals. Stoicism teaches us the importance of seizing the present moment and taking action rather than delaying it for later. Procrastination is often driven by fear, uncertainty, or a desire for instant gratification. We may fear failure or uncertainty about the outcome, leading us to postpone important tasks. Alternatively, we may be tempted by immediate pleasures or distractions that provide temporary relief but hinder our long-term growth. Stoicism encourages us to confront our fears and embrace discomfort. By recognizing that failure is a natural part of life and growth, we can overcome the fear that holds us back. The Stoics believe that the path to virtue and fulfillment lies in actively engaging with life, rather than passively waiting for things to happen. When we procrastinate, we delay our progress and miss out on valuable opportunities for growth and self-improvement. By avoiding procrastinators, we reduce the risk of adopting this detrimental habit ourselves. Surrounding ourselves with individuals who prioritize action and productivity can inspire us to do the same. Additionally, being around proactive individuals can create a positive environment that fosters motivation and accountability. When we see others taking action and achieving their goals, it can serve as a powerful reminder of what we are capable of. We can learn from their habits, strategies, and mindset, and apply them to our own lives. In the context of Stoicism, avoiding procrastinators aligns with the principle of living in accordance with nature. Nature operates without delay or hesitation, and so should we. Stoics emphasize the importance of seizing the present moment, as it is the only time over which we have control. By actively engaging with life and taking timely action, we align ourselves with the natural order of the universe. To overcome procrastination, Stoicism suggests practicing discipline and self-control. We can break tasks into smaller, manageable steps, set deadlines, and establish routines that promote productivity. By developing a strong work ethic and cultivating the habit of taking immediate action, we can overcome the allure of procrastination. It's important to note that Stoicism doesn't promote a constant state of hyper-productivity or busyness. It encourages us to prioritize what truly matters and take action in alignment with our values and goals. It's about finding the balance between rest and action, and being mindful of our choices. In conclusion, lesson number 8 reminds us to avoid procrastinators and the detrimental habit of procrastination. By surrounding ourselves with proactive individuals and prioritizing timely action, we can overcome the fear and uncertainty that often accompany procrastination. Stoicism teaches us the importance of living in accordance with nature, seizing the present moment, and taking responsibility for our actions. So, let's embrace discipline, conquer procrastination, and strive for a life of purposeful action.